Beloved precious hearts of love's eternal presence, it is in the presence of grace that I, Mother Akasha, greet each of you this day. Perhaps you may agree with me that what the world requires now are miracles, and lots of them, to face the current storms in the world, whether they be viral infections, outbreaks of war, potential financial meltdown, supply chain shortages that can affect food supplies, health supplement supplies, supply of chain of gas and oil, and other supply chain shortages, including shortages of power supply. Truly, what the world requires now are lots of miracles, interventions, and divine interventions. Indeed, all of you, human beings, can be a source, or rather an instrument at the very least, where miracles can take place, when human beings reconnect with the source of their existence, and or when human beings make contact with the angels or the ascended masters or great cosmic beings of light. Humans indeed can be an instrument of greater light and greater love that can change conditions in the world. Human beings can reach for higher states of consciousness, where their own vibrations, mental, emotional, and physical vibrations and frequencies, are a blessing to all life in this world. Miracles, an intervention, a divine intervention that can change conditions in the world. One of the great miracles, or forgive me, one of the great powers behind miracles is grace, whereby grace becomes a means of vision, of great assistance to help all life upon the earth. A report has come to me recently, a report where if human beings initiate an act of grace, we may see millions of miracles unfolding in your world. Music can be a source that brings a state of grace upon the world. Recently, in this report that I have received, and I shared in my Tree of Life class on Wednesday past, I would like to share this report with all of you. It is this: if millions and millions of people around the world would play a version of the song Amazing Grace, play it in the morning and again sometime in the evening, even if just a few verses, and sing along with this sacred song. In time, by the grace of the Mother-Father consciousness of our universe, by the grace of your own higher selves, the I Am God presence, by the grace of the angelic and ascended host, by the grace of Christ, the Buddha, and Mohammed, and other ascended prophets, then such a presence of grace would enter the hearts and minds of all humanity. This presence of grace would bring such divine intervention into your world. This presence of grace would affect all life upon your beloved planet. This presence of grace could create a new vision for humanity and all life upon planet Earth. Can you imagine with me millions of people around the world playing their very favorite version of Amazing Grace in the morning and again sometime in the evening, and singing along with the song, doing this every day? That grace, often a greater source of miracles, could be the miracles the world needs now. I have spoken, since I received this report, with the goddess of music, who is known as Beloved Melody, of this idea of millions of people playing and singing the song Amazing Grace twice a day. Presenting this idea to the goddess of music, she assures me that if millions of the people of Earth would do this, she would pour the divine radiation of the music of the higher spheres through this song, Amazing Grace. Now I understand that probably most of humankind are not aware of the music of the higher spheres. The celestial music of the higher spheres is the great magnetic force that holds celestial bodies, whole planetary systems, galaxies, in such divine balance and rhythm throughout the cosmos. The universal music of the higher spheres is one of the mightiest sources of miracles. The goddess of music has promised me to pour the music of the higher spheres through this song. Whenever and wherever it is being played, it is being sung, which would bring such wondrous fifth-dimensional frequencies of divine love into the atmosphere of Earth. Frequencies that would then enter into the consciousness and the lives of the people of Earth and all kingdoms, along with the powers of nature and the forces of the elements. And I ask you, precious hearts, if you would share this simple message with everyone you know. Soon we could have millions and millions of people playing and singing Amazing Grace from their homes twice a day. As word spreads, this could spread out to churches and mosques and temples, and quickly a new era of grace and peace, light and love could spread through the consciousness of the people and all life upon your beloved planet Earth. This new era of grace would then attract so much divine intervention from on high, from the great interdimensional realms of light and love, and the people would begin to experience so many new miracles in their own lives, miracles that come with a greater love for all life, miracles that come with such divine intelligence, miracles that provide solutions to all the problems in the world, miracles of divine intelligence, acting within the people, that then oversees the safe development of new technologies the world requires. Miracles that could lead the way for scientists and nations to silence all nuclear and biological weapons. Miracles that could open the way in restoring healthy water and agriculture to the world. This simple effort and exercise could produce a new era of grace on earth without end. Would you spread this news? Would you find your favorite version or favorite singer of this song of grace? Amazing Grace? I would encourage you then to find and to place a digital version of that song on your computers or mobile phones where you can easily access it. I would encourage one version of Amazing Grace be sung by a female singer, and another version sung by a male singer. Then you can alternate playing and listening to them. You can play one version in the morning and the other version in the evening. It is time, precious hearts, for millions of acts of amazing grace to unfold in your world upon planet Earth. This could impact your own life and world in such miraculous ways, as well as the world and planet itself. All kingdoms that you share life with would celebrate if they heard human beings sing this song, Amazing Grace, or at least play and listen to this song twice a day. The animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, hearing this music would experience a renewal within their own kingdoms. Such is the nature of miracles. Can you imagine the great family of trees that are part of the plant kingdom, or the family of flowers? Could you imagine them in their sensitivity? Flowers and trees picking up this divine vibration that this song, Amazing Grace, can offer. I am certain that flowers would play and dance with each other, and in the great family of trees, the mighty trees would expand their limbs and embrace each other and celebrate as they hear the people of earth play and listen and even sing along with this wonderful song, Amazing Grace. Such can be the nature of music, especially where there are those artists, those singers, those songwriters who write music, who produce music, may or may not be aware. Where did that melody come from? Where did those words come from? Did they come from themselves? Or did that melody and words come from a higher source, an angel, divine consciousness? Such a magnificent song, Amazing Grace. A song that has the ability to open hearts so wide. And with wide open hearts and the music and vibration of Amazing Grace playing through the hearts and minds of the people, and that music of Amazing Grace getting inside the consciousness of the people, has the potential of creating such a magnificent and positive change of heart, change of mind. Such amazing grace. And you have heard the expression, by the grace of God, or by the grace of life, how precious is life itself. That when we allow ourselves to embrace amazing grace through the instrument of this divine song, then such frequencies of divine love, divine faith, then becomes evident in people's lives. So I would encourage you, I would encourage each of you to take up this lovely task. Get yourself 2 versions of this song, Amazing Grace. Listen to one in the morning and the other in the evening. Doing this for days and weeks and months throughout this year. And spread the good news that if human beings would open and be receptive and play and listen and even sing the song Amazing Grace, if millions of people were doing this around the world, those millions of people would be making themselves open doors for such heavenly grace, the power of grace, the presence of grace, the presence of divine love, to enter more profoundly into their lives. Few people on earth really know what the soul is. And as each of you have a hierarchy to your own mind, your own higher mental bodies, your own higher Christ mind, that you may seek to achieve Christ consciousness in this life. So too there is the hierarchy of the heart. And the greatest hierarchy of the heart is the soul. And for the most part, people have lived in a way that, because of this knowledge not being available to the mass of the people, the door to their own soul has been closed for centuries of time. Now, through the choice of many people on earth to spiritually grow and to become harmless, for this is the essence that opens the door to the soul. When one does open the door to their soul, this is the presence of grace. This is divine love. Divine love that heals hurts and wounds. Grace of the soul that heals fractured minds. Grace of the soul that heals experiences of the past and dysfunctional ways of living. And so I urge you to open the door to the grace of your own soul and allow that greater presence of grace to act in your lives and the lives of the many. I also urge you, precious hearts, during these times, to remember the power of will that acts through your choices. I ask you, during these difficult times in this world, to remind yourself often of powerful choices, choices that can influence your own life, choices that can influence your tomorrows and the lives of others. During this time, it is so important to remind yourself of simple choices, yet choices that are so powerful and impacting. Choices that affect your thinking and your speaking, your feelings, and your ability to be open and receptive to the most wonderful vibrations of light and love. For example, I urge you to daily remind yourself to be kind to yourself and to others, that you will desire to carry the quality of kindness within your own personal vibrations. For if you do, if kindness is so important to you in your personal vibrations and how you express yourselves, then other people will feel that kindness, that quality of kindness. And they too will open and become receptive to such acts of kindness. I would encourage you to daily live without judgment and blame upon yourselves, and to avoid judging and blaming others for criticism, condemnation, and blaming. And judging others is such a low vibration, and in time will come back onto yourself, creating unnecessary suffering and problems in your own life. It is time as you have been urged before, to return and become a being of cause, and cause alone. What wonderful causes will you use your life to initiate into the world? Remember that wonderful mantra. I choose to be a being of cause alone, and that cause love the sacred tone. The ascended realms are watching the general conversation of the people of Earth. The modern, everyday platforms of social media offer people the opportunity to communicate, and it has been brought to my attention that the level of conversation by some people in the world who post such judgmental and hateful comments is at such a level that it is creating world conversations that are filled with vibrations that are not light-filled, that are not love-filled. It is a wonderful, wonderful decision to choose to be a powerful influence of light, of love in other people's lives. And we must recognize that the more sour emotions such as worry and anxiety and unkindness, it is these things that lower your vibrations. Your bodies, your minds, your feelings are all vibrating. And with all the challenges that are in the world, I and others come to encourage you to take every step you can to raise your vibrations, increase them, that they be so filled with light and love, and that you recognize that certain kinds of human conversations that some people have with each other, especially on social platforms where they are not speaking face to face, sometimes those conversations become so argumentative, so full of judgment and hate. And it is engaging in these kind of things that just lowers one's vibrations. And if your vibrations become so low energetically, then people open themselves to the very low vibrations of many of the problems that are acting out in the world. If all that has ever touched you in a difficult way, if all that has ever hindered you in a difficult way, if all that has ever touched you that requires recovery and healing, if all of this could be lifted away from you, you would all discover that free of all the pains and burdens of human life, where you could begin to feel and experience your own innate inner qualities within your feelings, within your heart, you would discover that always embedded within your feeling side of life, your heart, is the wonderful activity of divine love that I call joy. A lot of people do not have joy in their heart, joy in their life, do not express joy in their voice and interactions. Yet I urge you to know that joy is a part of your spiritual beingness. And the world, what is in the world, and through experiences of the outer life, if there is that which has chipped away at your joy, I urge you to take those steps to reclaim your joy, to know that joy abides in your heart and joy abides in your feeling side of life, and take all steps that you can to reclaim your joy. That begins by making a conscious choice of being a being of joy. Joy itself. To permit yourself to feel joy, to express joy. What a wonderful vibration. And ask yourself, what resources, what steps could you take to increase your joy? Perhaps even ask yourself if you could measure inwardly on a scale of 0 to 10. Where do I feel my joy is today? Is it a 3? Is it a 5? Is it a 7? I would urge you to come to a place where your joy is always between 8 and 10 out of a scale of 10. Always up there. For joy is one of those natural ingredients of divine love, and as such becomes such a divine magnetic force that attracts so many good things. In the absence of joy, our faith in life can be challenged. In the absence of joy, we lessen our ability to love ourselves, to love the physical body we have been given to live in. In the absence of joy, this lessens our ability to experience love and to love others. Joy is so important, and joy and amazing grace are such lovely companions. I urge you, beloved hearts, in all your choice making, and realize that every day is another day, to integrate fully your choices so that you come to experience your choices. I urge you to choose to be a presence of light and love to yourself and to all others. The world needs this kind of conscious effort in choice making every day now. And if I can help you a little or a lot, that depends on your will. If you will open the door to I, Mother Akasha, through your prayers, through your meditations, and allow me to pour into your heart, to pour into your feeling side of life, all the endless, infinite joy and grace that abides within my heart. Call on me, and I will do so. In the presence of amazing grace, I am with you always. Dear friends, namaste, namaste, namaste.